Hey there, matey Skywax friends. How are you doing? And welcome to this time-lapse video of me drawing on the iPad. I use Procreate, and of course, I always start with a sketch. You start with an idea, you let the idea percolate. Most of my ideas actually start on paper as crudely drawn like stick figures. Now, initially, the POV of this, the point of view of this, was going to be more like straight on, where you see sort of like the side of like a clawfoot tub or just like some sort of like standalone tub. But I thought it would be interesting to do sort of this like an old school like inset shower, like when like the with the kind of like the linoleum and like stuff like that, or tile. In this case, I decided to make tile. And I'm just sort of laying down. I tend to work with like blocks of color. So that's what I do. I block all the color in, and then I will go back and focus on the detailing. And as you can see right now, I am definitely focusing on doing sort of the lines on the wall, trying to figure that out. This piece specifically, I think I was working with perspective, trying to like get a perspective of maybe just sort of like standing up over a little bit, looking down. And you know what? Listen, she is tired. This devil lady, listen, I am her and she is me. And all you want to do is just unwind. And here we are now. Like I said, I work in layers, so I will do a base color layer, and then I'll do like a clipping mask, and then kind of work on layering the detailing, as you can see here. And by the way, I feel like you can hear my husband, but I've tried to do this voiceover several times, and we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Anyways, moving on. All that being said, to go back to the clipping masks. The clipping masks are great for those detail works. I tend to make it up as I go along, unfortunately, because I am a self-taught artist, and I try and find what works, what makes sense, and then go from there. And in this case, if you see, we are kind of making a bath of galaxies, stars, and things like that. Here I am working on the rest of the bathroom. This was took a while actually for me to finish. I kind of kept coming back to it. Like I'd work on it for a little bit and then come back to it, because I have 1,000 other projects in the make. There's never one art thing being made. There are many art things being made. But I think with this piece specifically, I really just wanted to, I like the idea, in kind of thinking, I like the idea of sort of juxtaposed images. So here we have sort of like a darkened bathroom. Like, why would a devil be taking a bath in celestial stuff? By that fact, by that, whatever. What are words? I think for me, it's a representation of myself. You just want to have that moment to yourself, and when you're working on all the things, And looks like, here I am. Sorry, I'm trying to like watch this while I give this commentary. Here I am. I clearly made some mistakes. There were some mistakes, and I realize that. I tend to see that a lot, where I'll forget what layer I'm working on, and it's just a mess. I do underpainting. I was experimenting with this. I like how it looks. So I lay down, yellow for highlights, blue for shadow, and then just sort of red for kind of where neutral areas. And then I will blend that out with the smudger, and then go over it, of course, with the color I want to use to provide the light and shadow. And I was doing this for a while, and it's been a minute since I've done like portraits in Procreate. So I will probably go back to this, because I think it does provide a really a great effect. You just have to really be patient with it. And that's kind of my problem with myself, is I don't have patience with myself. I really don't. It's just, you have to be patient with blending and being very meticulous on where you put your color, in my mind. And maybe that's just me because I'm self-taught and I'm still building up that confidence, at least when this was made, building that confidence to be able to just make the mark, do the mark, do the stroke. And this was a lot of blending, especially kind of around the shoulders and the chest. And let me tell you, with the boobage, I I had a hard time. I didn't want it to look, I'm trying to think what I want to say. I didn't want it to look like pornographic, if that makes sense. I wanted it to look like soft and natural. And I hope I achieved that. I feel like I achieved it. It is kind of funny. Later on, you'll see where I put like a little censor bar. That is because when I did the short, I did a video, just like a video, like a reveal of this drawing for TikTok. And I put a censor bar over the boobs because most social media places do not like seeing the boobies, which is wild because we're totally fine with violence, but whatever. Anyways, we're working on hair. I know just based on what we're seeing here, it doesn't look like we're really working on stuff, but we worked on the hair and now we're working on through the faucet for the bathtub. I thought about adding a shower head, but like the angle that I drew this, I was like, shit, that ain't gonna work. So instead, I decided to add like plants, like a hanging plant in the corner, and like candles and a glass of wine and her ashtray for her cigarette. What is this character doing? Listen, after a hard day in hell, you gotta allow yourself to relax. And I do always do some to kind of give this effect of it being sort of, she may have the lights out, I do I put like a dark layer over it, and then I turn down the opacity, and then I'll go in and I'll just kind of lightly use maybe like a airbrush to clear up that spot, to kind of provide that illumination. That I feel like that's not an old trick, but that's just my trick. And yeah, I feel like we're coming to the end of this. I apologize, this is a very rambly video, but I just wanted to show a process video and give you a little bit of insight into what I do and all that stuff. Keep an eye out here. We'll post another one, and I will try and do a traditional process video next time for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out, and yeah, I hope y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves, drink your water, and remember to always aim to misbehave. All right, love you, bye.